One thing I love about animal keeping is when you've been looking and looking and looking for that perfect animal. No matter what it is, it could be a snake, it could be a tarantula, it could be a gecko, a lizard. You're just trying to find that one animal that fits you and your lifestyle and your family perfectly. And every once in a while, you'll luck up on the animal and you'll say, you know, this is the one. This is the one I've been looking for. I don't know how I know it. I just know it. And this is the time for me to pick it up. And those are the things I love about animal keeping, is that you never know when you're going to wake up and meet that perfect animal that you bring home. And this is him. Meet Rocket. Hump Day with Daylitor Knight X. X is for exotics. This is Lucy. She's my bearded dragon female, and as I said in the opener of this video, I have been looking for her a boyfriend for a very long time, and you know when you know. Now I was eyeballing perhaps getting a leatherback translucent bearded dragon male for her, but I was thinking more of breeding purposes. I like leatherbacks and I like translucents, so I thought I would go that route. But then I abandoned that idea and thought maybe I should just stick with finding the perfect animal, not only for Lucy but for my family, and that is this guy, Rocket. You know when you know. When you see an animal, it could be a dog, it could be a horse, it could be even fish to a certain extent. You just know when that's the one you want. And this was one of those instances where I went in a store, had no idea I was going to see this guy, and it was much like the experience I had when I got Lucy. I went into the store not thinking I was going to get it. Now, one of the things that plays into that is that I would prefer to get these types of animals from reptile expos. These were not from reptile expos. Both of these bearded dragons come from one of the dog and cat food chain stores. I never say their names in these videos because I don't want to give them any more publicity than they already get for even their negative reactions from people. There are some positives, and some of the positives is that there are a couple of those stores in my local St. Louis area that have really, really nice lizards, especially in their leopard geckos and their bearded dragon selections. And this guy was just one of them. He was just sitting there. I looked at him, and most of the time in these stores they never have any males. You would think that they would have more males than females, but most of these stores always have females, which is why I never got one. This is a few years ago. You see the setup that Lucy was in. This is a Bio Bubble, and I wasn't gonna put him in here, Rocket I mean, but my son, when I got Rocket home, I was gonna put him in a 20-gallon tank, and he suggested maybe Rocket should go back in the Bio Bubble like Lucy was, and I completely forgot that I had housed Lucy in this Bio Bubble for quite some time until she outgrew it. Now she outgrew it not as quickly as I thought she would. I thought she'd be in it a couple months, and she was actually in it for quite a while. And you can look in his tail, you can tell that he probably was housed with some other feisty bearded dragons and got a little bit of his tail ripped off. But say hello to Rocket. I'm looking forward to doing more updates on this guy in the future. Also wanted to share this lady. This is Pandora. She's a Paraphysa Euathlus, species unknown, and this species may be known at this point. I've had this tarantula a very long time. Got her from Jamie's Tarantulas years ago, and she has still been doing very, very well. She's been webbing up like crazy. She's one of my best webbers, and I haven't done an update on her in a while, and she looks absolutely beautiful. And I always try to get an update on her before she molts. Now, I don't know if she's going to molt again. I mean, she's an adult female, and she's around 3 inches long, and that's completely stretched out, so she is a dwarf species. She's really tiny. She actually looks bigger in this shot than she does in real life. She looks smaller in real life, I mean, with the actual naked eye. But mirror patch, the colors on her are looking really, really nice, and I'm really pleased with her. And she's one of the tarantulas. The reason why I called her Pandora is because breeding her is like opening up Pandora's box, since I do not have a clue if she's a Paraphysa or Euathlus or what species she actually is. This is one of my favorite tarantulas just because she's just kind of a special, unique tarantula in my collection. I have no idea what species she is, and Please, if anybody think you know what it is, you can put it in the comment section below. But it's hard to identify what exactly this tarantula is. It is a wild caught specimen, obviously, with it not being a known species, but she is absolutely beautiful. She's still very sweet. I didn't handle her in this video. I thought I might do it because she did try to crawl out of the enclosure a couple times, and I thought maybe I should just put her on my hand and do a demonstration. But it's feeding time, and I wanted to make sure I went ahead and gave her a feeding instead of doing a handling session on camera. I thought it was more important to feed her. And as you can see just how gentle she is. She's not in a hurry. She's just very, very gentle, beautiful, sweet little girl. I really love this tarantula. She's definitely one of my favorite, not only tarantulas, but animals in my collection. She just has a very special place in my heart. And her feeding response has been hit and miss. Now, I can go very long without feeding her. She goes sometimes 3 or 4 months without eating, but she always picks it back up right when she's supposed to. And I don't overfeed her, because one of these and she'll be happy for probably the next 3 to 4 months. She will not eat again. Even if I attempted to put something in there, she will not eat it. She'll just take one of these down every 3 months, and that's it. And she eats it very fast, and she's done. And that's one of the things I like about her. She's very consistent with everything. Her molt schedule, her feeding schedule, even though it's very long and drawn out over months, I have to wait to feed her. I don't even, every once in a while I'll try to attempt to feed her, but it's usually futile effort because she won't take it down. Some people have been asking for a complete collection update. There's a Reptile Expo coming up here in St. Louis on April 4th, and I'm going to do a collection update after that because I'm pretty sure I'm going to pick up at least one tarantula then. And I want to make sure that when I do the complete tarantula update that I don't add something a day after or a week or something after I make the video. So I'm going to go ahead and hold off on a tarantula update video until after the 4th of April. And that way my collection will be completely up to date, and I'll probably do some rehousing, things like that in that video, and I'll do an extensive tarantula video and just kind of show you guys what's still in my collection, what's died off, what I've put in the breeding programs, that sort of thing. Just get you completely caught up to date with all my tarantulas. But thought I'd do it for this one. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. See you next hump day.